Melacha Shabbos Daf Kuf Nun Aleph. The Gemara says that it's mutter for someone to tell his friend, you should watch the peiros that are in your tchum that belong to me, and I'll watch the peiros that are my tchum Shabbos of yours on Shabbos. The Rashba says a tremendous chiddush in our Gemara. The Yasif in our Gemara, the same way it's mutter to tell your friend to watch peiros which is in his tchum, which is also for you on Shabbos. The same thing if you, let's say, you mekabel Shabbos early, you're allowed to tell your friend to do a melacha for you on Shabbos. Because since your friend that was not yet mekabel Shabbos is doing a ma'aseh that's mutter, there's nothing wrong with asking him to do it on Shabbos. On that, the Ran says that's different. In our Gemara, it's different because it's efshe b'burgnin. Tchum is different, efshe b'burgnin, like the Gemara says before, so you can't compare it to Tosfos Shabbos. So to explain the Rashba, there's three general mahalchim in the Achronim. The Beis Yosef and the Magen Avram write that Tosfos Shabbos is similar to Tchum Shabbos because since he didn't have to accept Shabbos on himself, that's considered like it's a midi, the yesh by hatera. It was possible not to mekabel Shabbos, therefore it's comparable to tchumen that's efshe b'burgnin. The levush at the end in the zagoyis is mashma that the pshat is that Tosfos Shabbos, it's efshe b'shayla. The halacha is according to levush, you could be shoyel on Tosfos Shabbos, so therefore it's efshe that he has a way out of this Isser on himself, being shoyel, that's similar to efshe b'burgnin. In the Magen Avram, that's clear that he can't be shoyel on Tosfos Shabbos. And then a third mahalach is the Shulchan Aruch Harav, and he learns it in the beginning of the Levush, that when someone's mekabel Tosfos Shabbos on himself, he wasn't mekabel l'chol davar, he was mekabel with limitation, and he wasn't mekabel himself the Isser al yidei davar shechutz migufay. So therefore, to ask somebody else, which is not being over begufay, is not bechlal his kabbalah b'Tosfos Shabbos. In the Levush, he explains that b'arichos that the whole heter is only on Tosfos Shabbos, but Motzei Shabbos, since it still retains a choimer of the original day of Shabbos b'shleimus, so therefore even if your friend said Havdalah, you can't ask him to do a melacha because you're bichlal the ikar kedusha Shabbos. And he says it's dafka if you didn't bench yet, you want to say it's say, but if you benched already and you mesiach das, then it's okay. Ein sham heitiv and levush, two svaras. One is that the Shabbos is the chol dover, and one is the efshel lisho on Shabbos. And Ma'aseh the Ramah says not like that. There are more paskins that Motzei Shabbos is easier, and the Kuli Alma, even according to the Ran, since you could be mavdil right away, in the Kuli Alma, you're allowed to ask your friend to do a melacha on Motzei Shabbos. And the Ikar Chiddush of the Shulchan Aruch Harav, that you're not mekabel Shabbos legabe something that's chutz megufa yesh lahoyer, according to Yesodar of Pala, we mentioned in Brachos Daf Chav Zayin that there's two halachas in Tosfos Shabbos. One is that with tefillah you're making it like an Ikar Shabbos, and when you mekabel Shabbos, now with the tefillah, it's a new chayva that you mechadish a new mitzvah of Tosfos Shabbos. So bishloima, if you mekabel without tefillah, so you could say that Kabbalah is limited and not legabe davar chutz migufa. But when it's mamish Shabbos itself, how could you say that's not legabe davar chutz migufa? And it's not mashma that when you mekabel Shabbos b'tefillah wouldn't pertain this whole machlokes. The tzarichin, it's mashma even when you become Shabbos mamish, it has limitations. Ayin oid in the Ran on the Chav Gimel in Shabbos. Ayin oid according to the Levush that says you could be shoyel on Tosfos Shabbos. Is this even Tosfos Shabbos that you mekabel and tefillah that's mamish a chedek in Shabbos, or only on the din Yosef? And Ikar Sugya, the Yeshua asks in Shuvas and Ayin Shulchan Harav and Yeshuas Yaakov asks l'chor, when you ask your friend to do a melacha on Shabbos, l'chor there's a shlichos and you should be over because of shlichos. And we spoke out b'siyat shvayin daf kuf chaf aleph that the Chasam Sofer and the Nesivis discuss this kasha at length. The Ayin Sham. In the Ikar Teretz of Chasam Sofer, we mentioned one mahalach and Av Kuf Chav Aleph, and Bemis there's two ways you could explain the Teretz of Chasam Sofer. One mahalach is, like we explained on Kuf Chav Aleph, is that although there is a halacha of shlichus for Chil Shabbos, the Isser is L'man Yenuach. So although it's as if you're doing it because shluchos l'adam k'maisoi, but l'maisei b'poil Yenuach, and that's not a Chil Shabbos. Another way, and it's mashma like that in the Beis Meir compares this svara to the fact that there's no shlichus for mitzvahs, and according to the first pshat we mentioned, there's no shaychus to halacha mitzvahs. It's a specific svara legabi Chil Shabbos. So it's mavur in the Beis Meir. The yesod that dvarim is like it's mavur in Rebbe Chanan in Ksubas. They bring some Rachar Zerua that there's two types of mitzvahs. The mitzvah is when the mitzvah is the actual maisa, and when there's a mitzvah that the mitzvah is the teitzah maisa. So the only time you pass a shlichus is only when the mitzvah is the teitzah maisa, like Kedushin or Shafroshas Truma. However, if the mitzvah is the actual Maisa itself, it wouldn't pass halacha of Shlichus. So that's the Avona in the Chasam Sofer and the Beis Meir, that by Chil Shabbos, the Ish is the Maisa itself, and at that, it doesn't pass Shlichus. But Ayin, Chasam Sofer, Daf Kuf Yud, and Kuf Lamed Gimel, it's Mavur, there's a special Svara in Shabbos that the Isser is the Maisa itself. Moving further on, the Sameach and Yeshuas Yaakov is, in this halacha, Esh Meliv and Esh Malach, why isn't the Isser of Schar Shabbos? Because in such a situation, it would be considered a Shoyme Sochar. So the Sameach says that since each one is Oymed B'Shaloi, therefore it's not considered Schar Shabbos. You have to be accepted of a Chodosh, like if you be Moichel, a Choiv because of the Shmirah, that would be considered Schar Shabbos. But over here, each one is just not losing out, but he's not gaining something. It's not Schar Shabbos. Ein Sefer or Simcha that explains a different teretz according to the Yesod of Chaim that we mentioned after your test, that says that the get of Schar Shabbos is there's not the Isser to get schar and payment for Shabbos. The Isser is a melacha that's done for payment on Shabbos. The actual melacha that's being done is aser. So how much it's immediate reshus, immediate adhering totally, it's not included in Schar Shabbos according to Beis Hillel, that there's no Isser Shvisas Kalim, there's no Isser of Schar Shabbos. And Beis Zalman said according to that, that's why you could pay a Baal Tekeya and a Baal Tefillah, because it's not a melacha on Shabbos. The Isser of Schar Shabbos is the actual Asiyah, has a chashivas like a melacha. So according to that, the Rav Simcha says that in our case, the Esh Meliv, Esh Malach, you're not doing b'shvil haschirus b'chlal. All you're doing is that each one is not losing out. But you're not like doing a malach of him, so it wouldn't pertain the halach of Schar Shabbos b'chlal v'ayin sham.